Good morning, everybody, and happy Tuesday to you. I remembered to get my correct background up this morning. Look at me winning today. We all have had a great day starting out so far. I know it's early for some of you, super early, but I'm glad that you're here today. As usual, per this week, I'm very excited to be joined by the fabulous Sacred Yin Secrets herself, Miss Brittany Floyd.
Hi, it's Brittany here, your favorite moderator, and you are watching the Breakthrough Show Network.
It's Brittany.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Got that, all of it.
It's starting. Listen, we've had some good folks laughing at us since yesterday, because we had to take out the little clip from the show yesterday where you and I just could not stop laughing.
That's no different than what we are behind the scenes, though, because we are always laughing. We're either laughing or crying. It's one or the other. We're either crying of tears. Yeah.
Sometimes full. But we had a really good time on the show yesterday, introducing Brittany to everybody, for those of you that didn't know. And we didn't even talk about it when I went back and was watching the show again yesterday. We didn't even get into the fact that Brittany does a lot behind the scenes here at the Breakthrough Show Network as well. But yesterday was about Brittany and what Brittany does and everything else in her own world. But she also helps a lot behind the scenes in the network. She moderates a lot of the videos. She's always showing up live. She helps me get my brain together for host meetings. As well. Like, Brittany, didn't I tell you something 20 days ago that I said we needed to talk about? Oh, yeah. So Brittany helped me out. So I just, I'm really thankful for that, on the heels of having Sharon on the show last week to talk about gratitude and joy. I'm just super thankful to have you a part of my life, to have those snort laughter moments. Yes, but you also help me keep my ish together behind the scenes of the network. And I appreciate you.
Oh, you're welcome. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure being there. I wouldn't do it if I didn't find joy in it,
Yeah. I appreciate that. Because we'll have to talk about that, because we're going to be talking about self-worth coming up on the show today as well. And we'll have to talk about that because, we sometimes can get dependent on, that outside feedback. And I would rather somebody show up because they really want to do something, not because oh, well, I just, I want to show up for you, or I feel like I'm forced to do it. I would much rather you go, well, this brings me joy, so I'm going to do it. And it makes me feel better. For sure. Divine DNA is joining us this morning. Good morning. That must be Miss Angelique out there in the JAX. I was giving Brittany a little foreshadowing of what's to come. So first of all, Brandon Croucher is going to be joining us in a few minutes. He's been joining us on Tuesdays to talk about pets and mental health and things like that. And I believe he's going to be talking a little bit about boundaries today. So we're going to talk about that. And that definitely ties into our self-worth as well. Wouldn't you say, Miss Brittany?
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely does. Definitely.
Yeah. Some of us are still working on that. Some of us.
We're getting better, though. It's progress. Progress, right? Progress.
I know it. I know. And also, we have so many birthdays today. I was looking at the list between celebrities, people in my life, and also Breakthrough Show alumni. I'm like, Brittany, I'm going to run out of breath. So if I pass out at the end of the show, you got to be prepared to take over, Brittany.
Okay.
That's what it is. Okay, so Brittany, what's bringing you joy this morning?
Just the day, just waking up. Waking up has brought me joy this morning. Sometimes we take that for granted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, breathing is good.
Mm-hmm.
Little heartbeat action. The heart's beating. We're breathing. We're out of bed. That's 3 wins right there this morning.
Boom.
It's very good. All right. So listen, I want to talk really quickly about national days, because yesterday we were talking about being koalas, and apparently it is National Love a Tree Day. And I was laughing so hard because the picture for National Love a Tree Day is someone hugging a tree. And yesterday we were talking about that. Did you decide, Brittany, if you wanted to be the koala or the tree?
I want to be the tree because I just want to stand there awkwardly.
Brittany's gonna be the one standing there while I'm like, I can't even lift my leg up high enough to. It's gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be so funny. Also, in addition, it's National Sea Monkey Day. Did you ever have sea monkeys, Brittany?
No, I never had them. They're so cute though.
They are very cute. They're very cute. They are a type of brine shrimp, and they get their name because of their monkey tail look, apparently. And apparently the following, so people got really riled up about the ant farm back in the day. And then this guy, Harold, invented the sea monkeys and the hatching kits in 1957. So that's interesting. I didn't know like the history behind the sea monkeys. Interesting. It's also anybody drinking out there this morning. It's National Mimosa Day. Have a little champagne and orange juice to wake you up this morning. I don't think that would help me wake up though. I think I'd go right back to bed.
Yeah, I haven't had a drink in over 8 years, so I would definitely just be, sleep peacefully, sleep hard too.
Yes. Susan said she's watching an amazing sunrise this morning. Good morning, Susan. Always good to see you. Angelique said, my beautiful Mother's Day roses and our glorious brand baby and our anniversary week is here. These are bringing me joy. Happy anniversary. I'm not going to sing some Tony again this morning, but go listen to that song today. It's also the International Day of Living Together in Peace. I love this. It urges people to live in a united and peaceful way by listening to, respecting, and appreciating others. So listening, respecting, appreciating. Is there any one of those three, Brittany, that you feel like you need to still work on? Listening, appreciating, respecting.
I feel like I do a pretty good job of all three. And I also have to give you credit for it as well, because you're the one friend that I always feel heard and validated, and I'm so grateful for it. It doesn't happen very often that you find friends that are really listen to what you're saying, understanding what you're saying, and just validating how you feel, and it means the world to me.
Okay. It's the Love Fest here this morning on Project Joy Live. Listen, if you're joining us live, I'd love for you to share with us what is bringing you joy today. Share something that you're grateful for today. We're going to take a quick break, literally like less than 30 seconds here. Okay, guys, don't go too far. And we're going to bring Brandon on for briefly this morning to talk about some boundaries and our pets. And do we get to see a kitty? We're going to see a kitty this morning. Okay, we'll be right back after this. Good morning and welcome back to Project Joy Live, Mr. Brandon Croucher. And who do we have joining us this morning?
Miss Nix, my cat that's running away from me right now. She's like, all right, I'm done. I did my hair. I've done my hair time. I'm done. She's done. That's Miss Nix. I guarantee she'll join us again because she changes her mind. She's bipolar emotionally. Like 1 minute she's all about me, next minute she's like, no, we're done. I'm tired of you touching me. Wait, why are you done?
Haven't you heard that like our pets are like us, are like their owners? And you just said that your cat is bipolar, and we talked about.
I am, so I get it. Like I'm honest with mine. Actually, it's funny you say that. I went and visited my mom for Mother's Day, and she got a new dog this last year. It's like a golden thingy, but small. And she just got her hair done before Mother's Day. And Jess, I'll have to send you the picture because I don't think there's ever been more of a when pets start to look like their owners than this picture. Like, here, I'll do my best.
Mama Croucher, look looking fabulous over there.
Right? I could not be more proud of her. She looks amazing. It was just hilarious because I'm walking up and they're both looking at me like that. I'm like, I stopped, took my phone out, took a picture. What are you doing? I turn it around and I go, you look exactly alike right now. I'm going to post this on Facebook. Like, let's just put that out there. Like, Mom, you didn't need to go to the same stylist for you and the dog, okay?
It's like, you remember that scene from Edward Scissorhands where he's doing the dog's hair and then the mom sit down and
I forgot about that. The funny part is that doesn't look what it looks like. That's a good one. Oh, wow. I'm going to have to ask my mom where she got her hair done. She's going to have to tell me.
By the way, Brandon, I'd like you to officially meet Brittany. Good morning.
Hi, Brandon.
I do like that your first episode with her was Brittany bitch. And because that's all I keep hearing is like, Brittany bitch, like in the back of my head. Like as she's coming on this morning, I'm like, I don't know her, but I feel that needs this tone. Like as she's walking on, Brittany's coming on, it's like, I'm Brittany bitch. And then it's just Brittany.
That's exactly. That's me.
I see it, Brittany. I see it. You've got it, girl.
You feel that energy, right?
I do. That energy's there. She's Brittany, bitch. And the bitch isn't you. It's everybody else. Like, bitch. You know?
There's nothing more hilarious to me than a bald man who does the hair flip.
I'm very good at it.
You are. I definitely. I think you're even better at it than me. Let's judge. Let's judge real quick.
Meanwhile, I'm the one with the 20-foot long tangled hair over here. Okay.
Did you see? She threw it, and the balloon that's 10 feet behind her moved.
It was almost a pinata moment.
It was.
Okay, Brandon.
That's funny.
We're going to talk about, you've been coming on to talk about pets and our mental health, and I know that you have some other things you want to talk about today as well, so let's get into it. Also, I want to say really quickly, good morning to Sharon, and good morning to Miss Mandy. It's good to see you guys this morning. And go.
So, I've been doing this, we've talked about this, and I've been showing how it's been, like, you can take what you have with your dog and learn and all this stuff. And I don't have any dogs. I have 2 cats. But I train dogs, I take care of dogs, and it was a huge mental health thing Jessica and I talked about recently, about how just you can connect with other dogs and really be able to find yourself just by being able to walk the dog. It's getting you outside, all this other stuff. Well, without tooting my own horn, I'm pretty good at this. I enjoy my time with the dogs. I'm able to give them this type of love. And dogs love a high energy. The dogs that like a calmer energy, they just like to be taken care of and showing that appreciation. Well, I had a couple, who signed up months ago for their dog to be watched this past weekend. And when I say months ago, I mean like my prices are 3 times higher than what they were when they signed up. So right off the bat, I'm kind of already a little bit on my edge. Like going, all right, I've been walking their dog. They're nice. We get along. All this stuff. Well, I didn't pay attention to the red flags. You know, like when I first went out there to meet the dog, I picked the dog up, and then we were supposed to go for a walk. And the owners were like, "We're going to come with you." And I'm like, "All right, that's cool. Whatever. At least you see how I am with your dog." But then it happened multiple, and more times. So it kept happening, and I'm like, "Okay." Then they started giving me things for the house, meaning like for their security. They have 2 security systems, not 1, 2. And then you have cameras, and he had no problem showing me where the gun safe was and to know where the guns were in case I needed them in case of an emergency. Right, like Jessica's face is how I was starting to feel. Brittany's on the other side going, "Well, I'll show you my gun safe." But at the end, I'm like, I'm missing these red flags. And then a big one came to me, and you girls are going to have some fun with this, okay? You tell me if this is not weird. He says, and I thought it was a joke, just make sure you sit down to pee. And I'm like, what? No joke. That's what he asked me to do. He's like, we've had people in the past come, and then they don't sit to pee, and they pee on the seat, and then there's a mess. And I'm like, okay, I will sit when I pee. Didn't realize how fast that would come back to me. because the first time I peed, I left the door open, and I could 100% like not thinking of the cameras that are around the house start peeing, and I hear through the camera, "Hey Brandon, did you sit to pee?" No joke. Right off the bat, this is the first day, first night there. I'm like, okay, I forgot, my bad. I will sit to pee the rest of my time here. Didn't realize you were going to be watching me this close. So then I go, I message her, can I take the dog for a ride in the park? Because I have a Jeep Wrangler, I can take the top off. Yes, she'd love that. This dog and I get along really well. Like, I could send you pictures of this dog, like, being a puppy with me, licking me, just everything you want in a relationship with a dog. Right? So I take her to the park. We're running around. We spend a little more time out than I think her parents anticipated. And what I mean by that is by 9 p.m., they were calling the emergency hotline and claiming I wasn't answering the phone because the dog's bedtime's 8:30. And they were calling this, I'm dead serious. So this is the first day. So they're calling the emergency hotline. Instead of calling me, instead of messaging me directly, they start calling that. For the next 3 days, it's things like this, of them watching the camera. I'm watching a basketball game because I'm so scared to go anywhere. And I hear from over my head, "So who do you think is going to win that series?" And I'm sitting there going, I'm pointing alone. Why are you watching the series with me?
This is weird as shit. This is weird.
Oh no, it gets so much worse. Like, lines were crossed in so many ways. So on the final day, they wanted a hour by hour. And this is a husband and wife who are not talking to each other for some reason. I'm sending the wife a picture, and then the husband's like, "Why aren't I receiving pictures?" I'm like, "Okay, I guess I got to send things to both of you." So I start sending it to both of them. And then they're both asking me questions, like they're not communicating at all. And then they're both watching the cameras. I'm feeling so uncomfortable. I'm not in my element at all. And I'm doing everything I can to take care of this dog. All the neighbors around this guy's fenced-in yard were like, "How are you handling being in this house?" And I'm like, I was okay for when visits happened, but now I'm like, I'm uncomfortable. So the one day when they called the security line, this is going to make you laugh, I'm literally walking into the house with the dog, turning off the security system, and my phone starts ringing with a number I don't know. It's like 905, okay? And I'm like, okay, I'll answer that in a minute. Next thing I know, they are literally on the video cameras talking to me while my phone's ringing, and I'm like, hold on, somebody's calling, and they keep calling back to back. I answer it. It's the Rover helpline, the emergency line. And I'm like, I'm at their house right now. I'm looking in the camera talking to them. I'm like, "Hey, Dave, say hi." And he's like, "We're okay now. They're home." And the lady from Rover then goes, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "Nothing." If you look at the notes, it shows I took the dog for a walk. I took the dog to the park. We are coming home. It's not even completely dark outside yet. It's the sunset, but it's not dark. And I'm like, they just wanted their dog home earlier. They didn't communicate that like that. But their dog's happy, fine, and healthy. And she's like, "Okay, I'll make a note on the account." They kept doing stuff like this. But the thing is, while my boundaries got crossed many times over, I'll give you one last good one. And this is going to make Brittany laugh. I promise. Okay? So
Brittany's like, I don't know. We've crossed a lot of lines here.
Yeah.
Oh, Brittany, hold on. Let me give you the one that was like the second to the last thing that happened that made the line cross. All right? So I'm taking a shower. I just cut my grass, and I didn't have time to shower at my house. And I brought the dog with me to my house to cut the grass. All approved from by the parents, all notes taken, all videos sent to them. I send them a picture. "Hey, I'm going to jump in the shower. Willow's eating dinner right now, and then we're going to go on a walk." This is how much I'm having to do for this family. And I don't usually get this in-depth of hour-by-hour updates, ever, okay? Jump in the shower. Apparently, husband and wife didn't talk, because while I'm in the shower, the wife's calling me, asking for an update and all this other stuff, and it's driving me nuts. And I'm like, you know what? Flip this phone over, turn it on Do Not Disturb, shut the bathroom door, turn the water on as hot as I can handle it, and just soak up the heat. Like, just let this day go, right? So I'm doing that. Next thing I know, turning off the shower. I open the bathroom door, and guess what happens? Guess.
The wife's either talking to you through.
Uh,
There's
she froze
maybe it's
right
my
on her
internet.
joke. No, it was hers
Yeah.
because mine froze too. There's the Jessica we know.
There's-
She's frozen again.
Did
I said, guess what happened? You said either the camera or
the wife walks in.
no, nobody walks in. I'll give you that.
Oh, okay.
That's the thing that broke the straw that broke the camel's back is somebody showed up at the house to like let the dog out on the day that I already told them from the beginning of all this I had a date. And as I'm pulling in the driveway, this other car is parked right in front of me. And I'm like, you can just stay. I'm done. Like, they've crossed so many times. So I get out of the shower. I open the bathroom door. The steam sets off the smoke alarms.
Oh, geez.
So I quickly, in my moment of hurrying to make sure this doesn't set off everything, rip off my towel, and I'm fanning as hard as I can the smoke detector. Completely forgetting about the cameras and ADT watching me butt naked, fanning the smoke detector as hard as I can. And I'm sitting there, and I get a call from them. The house phone's ringing. It's ADT. They're like, is everything okay? I'm like, I was taking a shower. All I wanted was to feel clean again, and it was too much. And they're like, we see on camera that you're fanning. I'm like, you see a lot more than that. Like, I'm like, why are you still watching the camera while I'm naked? Like, you could, like I'm not shy in any way. I will let myself hang free. But like at the end of the day, like, oh man, this one. So my boundaries were crossed, left and right, almost hourly, daily for sure. And I didn't know, like, when I came back and they were there, and this other person that they sent, and they were paranoid that I wasn't taking care of their dog. I already had the house emptied of my stuff because I could see the writing on the wall. This was two people, a husband and wife, who didn't have control of their own lives and were trying to find ways of controlling their dogs through me, like their dog through me. And they have no boundaries for themselves. And when I show up and there's another car there, my boundaries have already been broken in so many different ways. You've seen my tallywhacker. You've seen me like completely like running around your house, like playing with your dog, loving on your dog. You've seen your dog ecstatic every time I walk in the door, and it's still not enough. And you're looking for reasons to blame me, to be aggravated with me, to complain about me, to all this stuff. So when I saw through all the lines, my boundaries that were crossed were so far past that I pull in, I see this car there, I say, just wait, I'm going to be gone. And I go in, I get my journal, I get my phone charger, and I walk out the door. I set the garage door opener, the keys, everything right on the counter, and I go, it's yours. I'm done. I don't even care if you're here just to check on the dog. The dog's yours now, and I'm going to call Rover. And they were like, just get out of here then if you're going to be like this. And I'm like, okay, peace. So I literally pull out, go to a gas station, and I'm angry. This is the first time I've ever had a family like this adamantly like try to find reasons to yell at me, try to find reasons to blame me, try to find excuses. You know, so I'm feeling a certain way, and I think we all, when you give your best to something, we're giving it with good intentions. But then those boundaries get crossed, and we sometimes lose track of where our boundaries are and where we're just giving because we think we should. So I leave, I go to the gas station, and I start calling Rover, and I file a complaint. And I just say, look, I this house made me uncomfortable. I told them to look at the notes. They could see on the
She just wanted everybody to be clear who the real star is.
Like, she's like, hello, I'm gonna come in the scene. Like, but I ended up calling, and Rover, the emergency helpline, was pretty amazing. And like I say, I have the universal lines. The guy on the other line, person on the other line, goes, all right, Mr. Crutcher, let me look at this. And they start pulling it up, and there's, no joke, 100 other dogs I've taken care of. And every single one of them are 5-star reviews. He goes, you have some of the most reviews in your county. You have some of the most reviews in your state. You have 0 bad reviews. Everything is good. I see you have bookings through the whole year. There's no reason people would not be rebooking with you if they didn't trust you. This is obviously a family who doesn't understand how this works and has their own idea of what it should be.
Right.
And I said, I agree. I go, but I can't be the one to tell them that because they're not listening.
Yeah.
So I leave, I go home. The next morning I wake up. I bit every single one of my nails down to nothing because I was so stressed that I failed them, right?
Not for the nail. No, you're not. Now the nail lady's upset. Give us that.
I was going to compliment her nails too. Like, Brittany, I had good nails. Like, that nail, that is my middle finger. I'm not flipping you off though. I had good nails, like hanging off the edge, looking good like that. Now they all look like this.
We need to get him some nails, Brittany.
I was like, I was blaming myself, thinking I did something wrong.
Yeah.
And in my subconscious mind, I kept like beating myself up that I didn't know what to do. But then I woke up and it was the universe hit me like a ton of bricks. Brandon, you are not responsible for what's going on in their lives.
Yeah.
You don't know what's driving them into wanting to think they need to control you through their dog.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, all you can do is you did your best, let it go. And what was really funny is I left their house at 11:11 p.m. I thought that was like, okay, the universe is giving me a wink, like, hey, we're starting something new. And the next morning, the first moment I looked at the clock, because I was in my head all morning, didn't even know what time it was 11:11 a.m. So I took that as it's been 12 hours, we've given you the sign, this is your time to let go.
Yeah.
Know that you've been told you're good, just focus on you. And then I got a $105 tip from one of the other dogs I take care of as a way of them saying thank you. No joke. So boundaries. When people cross your boundaries, notice them. They tell you to sit down to pee. Usually for a guy, that's a red flag. Okay. When they're watching you on camera, ban a smoke detector and not turning the camera off. Red flag. When they want to talk to you about watching whatever the heck you're watching on their TV, like they're in the room with you, red flag.
Yeah.
So
all of these things are red flags, and then we know we need to have boundaries, and I'm glad that you're learning boundaries. And with that, our time is up here, Brandon.
Okay, bye. I forgot to talk. I'll let the cat come back on now. Some of the stories are so funny, and it's like it's a good sign, I think, of growth when we can look back at these situations and laugh and be able to find the funny and all of that. And I'm so glad that you talked about boundaries, because that ties into what Brittany and I are going to talk about after the break, which is self-worth, and it's going to be amazing. So yes, can we talk about how pets look like their owners next week? Yeah, I'll send a few pictures, and I'll actually send you a journal I wrote about 2 pets that I think they'll be here next week for it.
Oh, see, yes, this is going to be.
Oh my God!
Also, Sharon wants to know. I need someone to help her dog Reno with his singing. Do you know of anyone that does this?
With his singing,
he sings.
So, I think, Sharon, you're the one that teaches him how to sing. Like, I'm tone deaf. All barks sound the same to me. Like, they're all like rough. So they sound like us. Oh, life is rough. So it's. I was hoping I did Brittany to spit on that one. I didn't get it.
I can hold it in.
I will do that next week. I'll even send you a picture of one journal I wrote recently about 2 of the dogs that match
and I need
owners.
the picture of Mama Croucher as well.
Oh, I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Wait, do you want me to send it right now?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, send it.
Okay, while Brandon's sending that picture, we thank him for being here today. We're going to be right back after this. Don't go anywhere, you guys.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. It is Tuesday, May 16th, 2023. I'm joined by my fabulous co-host this week, Miss Brittany Floyd from Sacred Yin Secrets. And Lori Vanderwerf says, good morning. Good morning. It's good to see you this morning as well. And I know that you know someone that has birthday today, which we're going to be getting to coming up here. But Miss Brittany and I are talking first about self-worth this morning and how that relates to joy. So on a scale of 1 to 10 today, Brittany, how would you rate your own self-worth?
Right now, it's gotten better. So I'm going to say like a 7.5.
Yeah.
Let's go with 7.5.
Yeah.
Because probably 6 months ago, if you would have asked me that, it probably wouldn't have been that high.
Wow.
But
yeah.
Experiences have led me to realizing, okay, Benny, hey,
Yeah.
you're worth it.
Yeah.
You're worthy. And you always have been.
Yeah, there is a post that I shared on Instagram in our Instagram stories. Look for the Breakthrough Show Network on Instagram, and it's from the Latina boss coach she was a guest on the Breakthrough Show at one point. Griselda Beck is her name, and she talked about these moments where we feel depleted, and how I think when I was thinking about that she was talking about this morning, those moments of depletion were moments for me where I realized my lack of self-worth. Like when we're completely exhausted, when we're not enjoying life, when we're not enjoying anything that we're doing, like that tells me we don't value ourselves enough to do those things that do bring us joy. And so it's very similar for me too. Like if you would have asked me 5 years ago, what's your self-worth? I would have probably been like, what's that? Honestly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think from even such a early childhood, I've always been caring for other people, putting other people in front of me, and it was never returned the way that it should have been. And that I allowed that to get to me, where like, make me think that I'm not deserving of it, that I'm not worthy of it. It wasn't until recently, probably within the last year or so, that I've actually have people surrounding me now that help me realize my self-worth.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that makes all the difference.
Yeah. Because I think that when it's like that feeling of self-worth has to come from within, but there are moments, because we're human, that are really challenging to tap into that. And if we're surrounded by people who are not affirming, uplifting people, then it can make it worse. We don't have that sort of that pool to pull from to build our own back up. But I think like like, do you have anything in particular that helped you to build your own self-worth?
Anything in particular, just reminding myself, daily of what I'm worth, the time, especially when it comes to business. And I've had a few encounters these past few weeks of, because I want my products to be affordable. I want them to be, like, I don't want to charge outrageous prices for them, and stuff like that. But I have had a few encounters this past couple of weeks that has made me realize I need to charge my worth because I know that my products are worth it. I know that these things, and here I am selling myself short to please other people. And then in some cases, they always want more, and you can't always provide that, or you need to charge additionally for if they want to add things and stuff like that. And over the last few weeks has definitely been a time for me to like really like realize, okay, Brittany, no need to stress yourself out, just charge accordingly.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was the same thing for me, like end of last year. And I don't even in that, like in changing pricing for myself, like even when I did it, I don't think I think I was in that place of realizing my worth and my value and what I bring to the table. But then earlier this year, when I had to step away because of a family situation. And then, so I had that time away, and then I came back, and I realized in that return just how much I do. Because I was so used to just going through the motions and doing what I do every day and going, oh, no big deal. Like I'm just me, like I'm just doing what I do. And when I came back and had all this shit to do, and I'm going, oh, like I had this whole attack of realizing how much I do and going, well, it's a damn good thing that I raised my prices last year because I do a lot of stuff. And so sometimes you don't realize, like, until you have that moment, you don't realize how much you do. And I think the other thing that I wanted to talk about today, though, is even if you did nothing, even if you literally just woke up in the morning and laid in the bed, guess what, Brittany?
Still worth it.
You're still worth it.
You're still worthy.
You're
That's something that I'm still currently working on.
Yep.
Is because I beat myself, because I am such a productive person. I've always, even like when I was younger in my teens and stuff, like I was always told that you had to work in order to receive money or anything like that. And then so it's like, or even be worth it, or even any of those things. And so sitting back and really realizing it the last couple of weeks, I'm like, okay, I deserve to have this break, and I'm still worth it. I'm still working on that part though.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, but it's gotten better.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think we don't need to get it twisted, right? Like if you're being paid for a service, you need to do something. Like nobody's gonna like pay you. You know who's gonna pay you. Yes, you're worthy of love and respect and all of these things when you're just waking up in the morning, but nobody's gonna pay you. Nobody's gonna pay you to do that in like money. Okay. I think we know that, but it just it just was funny to me to think about, because I think there have been days lately where I'm tired and I'm like, man, I wish I could just be paid to wake up and breathe.
It'd be nice. It'd be real nice.
I'm just trying to say, but it's good. So I had a list of 10 ways that we can increase your feelings of self-worth. So you have to let me know what you think about these. Number 1 is to practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding, just as you would treat a close friend. Be gentle with yourself during times of struggle or self-doubt. And I said this on Mother's Day too. I said this on Mother's Day too. A lot of us moms, we have so much love and grace for our kids, but we don't show ourselves that same amount of love and grace. And so it's a thought to think about. So practice self-compassion. Are you compassionate with yourself, Brittany?
It's a work in progress. Let's just say.
Yeah.
I'm not always gentle with myself. I'm not always easy on myself. But it's a work in progress.
Yeah. And I love number two. Number two is set realistic goals, break down big goals into smaller, achievable tasks. And when you accomplish these tasks, you'll experience a sense of accomplishment and boost your self-worth. And we're going to be getting into that vibe of celebration here with Brittany on Friday. And we're going to celebrate just because it's Friday. I don't even know if we'll have anything to celebrate on Friday, but we're just going to do it anyway, which will be part of this self-worth thing. Celebrate your strengths and achievements is number three. Take the time to acknowledge and celebrate your achievements, no matter how small. This reinforces your belief in your abilities and builds self-confidence. Number four, Brittany already talked about. See, Brittany. Okay. Number four was surround yourself with positive people. Spend time with individuals who uplift and support you. Positive relationships can enhance your self-esteem and provide a sense of belonging. A sense of belonging is a whole vibe too, huh?
Yeah, it definitely is.
It is. Number five.
People.
Go ahead.
I know I said I found my people.
Yes. Number five, we're actually talking about tomorrow, which is practice self-care. Prioritize your physical, emotional, and mental well-being. Engage in activities that bring you joy and relaxation, such as exercise, hobbies, or self-reflection. And if certain of those words, like the E word, doesn't bring you joy, that's okay. You don't have to do that. Number six, challenge negative self-talk. And I feel like if these were like levels of self-worth, this is one that I work on often. Become aware of your inner critic and challenge negative thoughts or beliefs about yourself. Replace them with positive affirmations and realistic self-appraisals.
I feel like that's the number one thing that I've been doing recently is like when I get into that negative self-talk, I'm like, I'm aware of it. I'm aware of it now, like more than I used to be. And I is like, okay. So then I have a whole conversation with myself, might slap myself up a little bit.
Lovingly.
Yes, lovingly, of course.
And number seven, I find really interesting because I went through my on this day posts on Facebook, which I have a love-hate relationship with because some things I don't want to remember. But I made a post several years ago today that said, I haven't failed, I have learned. And number seven is learn from setbacks. Instead of viewing failures as reflections of your worth, see them as opportunities for growth and learning. Embrace resilience and use setbacks as a stepping stone to success. And that's one of my favorite phrases is I am thankful for the opportunity to, like, insert whatever here. When something bad or negative or challenging happens, I say, I'm thankful for the opportunity to insert whatever here.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm trying. Not always easy to say that, but we work on it. Number 8 is help others. Engaging in acts of kindness and contributing to the well-being of others can boost your self-worth. Volunteering or offering support to someone in need can provide a sense of purpose and fulfillment. And I want to say this about that. There is nothing wrong with you helping someone or doing a good deed and saying it makes you feel good. There is nothing wrong with that. I think a lot of people look at that and they're like, well, that's not helping other people to help people. You're still helping other people to help people, but it's okay for you to realize that helping other people makes you feel good and to continue to do things because it makes you feel good. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, because in my mind, it's a win-win. If you're helping somebody else, it's helping them, but you're also helping yourself because it feels good.
Exactly. I think that's the number one thing. I think even as a child I've always felt good helping other people. It's always made me feel good. It's made me feel that that sense of belonging. And but you can help the wrong people, and it kind of, it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
But then sometimes it does have that backfire. But realizing who you're helping, I think, also makes a difference too. Like for instance, when you did your whole when you raised funds for the Hope program and stuff like that,
Yeah.
it made those kind of things definitely make you feel good.
Yeah. It does, absolutely. And I think it's such a win-win when, like, that night we had so much fun, and it was like dancing and singing, and we helped people. Like, it's almost, you afterwards you go like, is this what we did? And that's how it is for me, honestly, on my shows and stuff too. Like, I have so much fun sitting here, and I don't even realize I'm doing anything. And then afterwards somebody will be like, oh, that show meant so much to me, or like, it really helped me in this way. And I'm like, oh, I was just having fun. I was just having a good time.
I should take back. I just thought about it. The people that show appreciation. Maybe I should have put that into the people that show appreciation
Yeah.
for when you do help them makes you feel better. I shouldn't just say because you help somebody.
No,
but
I think it's both. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Number 9 is practice gratitude. We talked a lot about that on the show last week. Regularly reflect on things that you're grateful for in your life. Focusing on the positive aspect helps shift your perspective and fosters feelings of self-worth and contentment. And number 10, I think, is really important. Seek professional help if needed. If you're struggling with low self-worth that significantly impacts your daily life, consider seeking guidance from a therapist or counselor. They can provide valuable support and help you develop a healthier self-image. And I will say this too, like, there's no shame in that. There's no shame in reaching out for help. There is zero shame in going, I'm just not feeling today, so I'm not feeling most days. So every day I'm going to set my alarm for 7:55 a.m. and I'm going to wake up and I'm going to turn on Project Joy Live and I'm going to get my daily dose of joy. No
And
shame in that.
I will say, absolutely, that since I have come across you, I think it's been a couple of years now.
Mm-hmm.
And since you first started Project Joy, I've literally, especially on weekly, it has helped me. It has helped me a tremendous amount. I almost want to cry because um it literally does. Just taking that moment and really realizing the joy that you do have in your life, even if it's something small, definitely
Yeah.
makes a difference. And I just appreciate you for creating the safe space for people to come and experience that joy.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And I'm thankful for you, and I'm thankful for all of the people. I see Susan, Sharon, Lori, I've been seeing all the time. So fun fact, Lori, that I always mention, but I cannot see her comments and I hate it on here. I have to go to Facebook to see it. Lori is my oldest son's partner's mom. So it's like, my son called me on Mother's Day and Sunday, and she's like, do you know that Phil's mom watches you in the mornings? And I'm like, yes, I acknowledge her every time I see her on here. But it's such a fun thing. Like, I'm so thankful for everybody that shows up and watches and listens. And it doesn't have to be about, like, I'm not asking people. In fact, I'll say this. If you are perfect at experiencing joy in your life, like, if you never have a moment where you struggle with that self-worth, if you never have a moment where you forget to find the joy or the gratitude in things, this is probably not the show for you, honestly, because you're already there. Like, you don't, like, but this is for, like, even me. See that little queen of joy? Okay, I have my moments still. And this, doing the show, I know that if me doing the show helps me and helps me get the hell out of bed sometimes when it's tough, that it can do that same thing for other people. And I'm just so appreciative of everybody that shows up and watches and listens every day and gets their little fill of joy. And with that, it always brings me joy to do birthdays. So you ready to do that?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it. The birthday list is long today. Okay. All right.
Take a drink. Take a couple deep breaths, you know.
Number one in the celebrity world, Megan Fox has a birthday today. I know the men around the world are celebrating birthday. Also, actor Thomas Brody Sangster has a birthday today. You might know it was a little tiny Nanny McPhee and among many, many other movies. So happy birthday, Thomas. Miss Jackson, if you nasty, Miss Janet Jackson is 57 years old today.
I can't believe it.
That's all. Also moment, because my kids are huge the Vampire Diaries fans, and I realized that the oldest vampire on the show, Klaus, turns 42 years old today, Joseph Morgan, which means I am older than the oldest living vampire technically. Okay, that was a whole moment today. Pierce Brosnan is 70 years old today. Tucker Carlson's been in the news a lot lately. He's 54 today. Danny Trejo is 79 years old today. He's been in a lot of movies. And then I had a whole other moment this morning. I was talking to Brittany about this before the show. Lil Donna in 90210, Miss Tori Spelling, is 50 years old today.
That's all.
Okay. She almost spit it out. It's gonna happen. Okay. David Boreanaz, he played Angel on Buffy, 54 years old today, in case you needed something else. The celebrities in my life, Ashley Sarah Rickman has a birthday today. Caitlin Marie has a birthday today. Nancy Colby, Lisa Engel Franklin, Stacy Szymanski, one of my old school friends, and we have three Breakthrough Show alumni that have birthdays today: Jenny Landgren, Paula Yoles, and Tamia Montessori. And then also, as I mentioned, Miss Lori that I talked about before. My son's partner, Philip Vanderworth, has a birthday today. So happy birthday, Philip. I hope you guys have an amazing day. And I'm about to pass out live on air. Are we ready to sing our birthday song?
Yes, let's go.
Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Megan Fox, Tommy Brody Sanger, Janet Jackson, Joseph Morgan, Pierce Brosnan, Tucker Carlson, Danny Trejo, Tori Spelling, David Boreanaz, Ashley Sarah Reichman, Caitlin Marie, Nancy Colby, Lisa Engel Franklin, Stacy Szymanski, Jenny Landgren, Paula Yoles, Tamina Montessori, and Philip Vanderwerf. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all those that are celebrating today. I know some of these hurt my feelings today. Some of these are downright disrespectful this morning. That's all I'm going to say about that. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about self-care, which I think is a result of realizing our self-worth. So we're going to have a little bit of fun on the show tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah, we are.
We
always have fun though. So
we always have fun. Do you have any final words about self-worth today, Miss Brittany?
You are worthy. You are worth it. That's it. That's all I got to say.
That's it. That's the whole thing. That's all you need to know today. You are worthy. You are worth it. Miss Brittany, thank you for being with me again this morning. It was fabulous. Yeah. And thank you, Brandon, for joining us this morning. And with that, I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and I want to remind you to make joy, gratitude, and self-worth a priority in your life today and every day. We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye.
Bye.